Welcome everybody to another exciting Downtown Beatdown Online. One of your commentators, Zero, alongside Saki, Sakura. How you doing today?
I'm good. It's nice to be back on the mic after a little bit of that break without doing any of these. So I'm really excited to be on the mic for some Guilty Gear Strive today. It's gonna be hype. We got some nice names that I'm already seeing familiar. Yeah, this is gonna be exciting.
Yeah, like you said, a little bit of a break here, the 3-month hiatus. Of course, holidays hit, and then of course, try to reset. The beginning of a new year is always a great way to do a clean slate start of, trying to get back to regularly scheduled programming and, kind of take a gander at how the year is going to settle in. And I think we got a pretty good cadence right now. I mean, of course, this being the first event of the Downtown Beatdown series, we do have Battle for the Grid, of course, making a return for Downtown Beatdown, and that'll be on the 20th, and then on the 27th, the new hotness, King of Fighters 15 is going to be making an appearance as well. All of them starting at about the same time, 3 p.m. Central. So definitely get on signing up for it. The Smash GG link should be available there for you as well to check out. So definitely tweet it out, get in there, play some new KOF, and put out some of those combo trials as well while you're at it. That's been going on quite a bit. And of course too, Match Reno is available. Do take part in the sponsor quests. We're trying to get back up to an even higher status. It does help out the channel, so make sure you tweet that out as well. If you haven't done the sponsor quests, do so if you could, please. It's really easy. Free cash into the pot. And if you want to do a direct contribution, it is Valentine's Day tomorrow, and I know some of these players are going to need a little bit of a bump for that Valentine's date.
Yeah, especially, again, as you mentioned, Valentine's Day tomorrow. So happy Valentine's, early Valentine's to all the lovelies today joining us. It looks like our first match is going to be the legendary Dostrow versus Coffee.
Well, you don't mess around with coffee. I have a cup of coffee in my hand right now, and one slight bump could mean bad news bears for the entirety of my day.
You must be coughing up a bunch of energy right now, right?
Right, exactly. So you got to be careful, because coffee works one of two ways. Either you're going to get it chilled and you're going to be fine, but you'll be energized, real snappy, right? Or it's going to be hot. And if you put your hands on it too quick, it'll burn you right up. Let's see how Dostrow handles this full screen advantage with Happy Chaos here versus Nagoriyuki.
Yeah, Happy Chaos has been a character that a lot of zoner-like players have really been attracted to.
Yes.
They get a couple of changes, and one of those being the reticle, as you can see right now. But Dostrow playing it really nice, going ahead and getting the install to get some meter back as well as the bullets, and keeping Coffee straight out. Gonna jump in right now.
Yes, that close slash, actually getting counter hit. Nice pickup here for Coffee. And this is the balance, right, where Happy Chaos will kind of suffer. You see Dostrow playing that full screen game, but has to balance not only bullets, but also that concentration gauge. Perfect timing for Clone. PRC from Dostrow, but not able to get the finish quite yet. Positive bonus here, and unfortunately, Clone is not going to come through for you. Blood Rage is going to seal the deal. Dostrow getting that last shot in there. And you see Dostrow, again, trying to maintain that balance, that concentration, and floating closer to the end there, too. Has plenty of bullets, but if you don't have the concentration to shoot, what good are the bullets going to do?
Exactly, and we also see a really good round start here from Dostrow, actually carrying the corner. Nice block on that burst, and going to be able to break the wall with Do Ex Machina. Going to be able to also refill on those bullets. Still has a full meter of bar to work with as well. This is looking really good for Dostrow.
Yes, and it's the unfortunate thing. I know, people playing against Happy Chaos don't want to hear it. Hey, if you got caught in a situation where you're cursed and, Happy Chaos is still 50% tension, you put yourself in that situation, unfortunately. And it is a matchup that's easier said than done, because, Happy Chaos has all those tools to really push you away. But we saw in that first round too, right? Coffee weathered the storm, waited for Dostrow to make that mistake, and the moment that the resources were just almost depleted entirely and Dostrow had to charge up concentration, Coffee closed the gap. And Fukio, I think, is going to be a strong tool. Or Beyblade round start. Let's punish that curse.
Yeah, it does get the burst going. Is going to get caught in that reticle shot there. now Coffee actually having to try to close in on this gap again. It's sort of like how you mentioned before, that round start was really good for Coffee, but because of that burst and not being able to burst bait it, we're back at it again with this full screen battle. Coffee trying to still get in, but Dostrow, oh, he do get a bit of a teleport, tries to jump in right now.
Yeah, there's that jumping right back from Happy Chaos there, keeping it safe. Couple 2 slashes for you here. And look at the meter resource, but watch out for that Blood Rage. It's about to pop in Dostrow. Oh, that's supposed to be Deus Ex Machina here. But no.
Okay, using the purple RC to just dash back. This is still a good place for Dostrow, but yeah, that Deus Ex Machina could have definitely sealed the deal way earlier. Also, too, Coffee had that Blood Rage so close to peaking that the wall break actually brought it down, but really nice punish there from Dostrow on some teleport options. Gonna try to keep this full screen battle going again, bringing out the charge to keep that meter going. And as you can see, Coffee is trying to watch the meter, but Dostrow able to get the counter hit right now and actually fully pull in. Gonna use Deus Ex Machina to get that bullet refill as well. Still has enough energy, gonna bring out that focus again.
Hey, what you see here, that level 2 is so important here for Nagoriyuki in this matchup. Able to close the gap a little bit closer. You can't be whiffing buttons here. Dostrow burst is available. A little bit too far. There we go. We got a round at least on the board. Coffee is not out of this yet. And you know what? You have to utilize all your resources accordingly, including health. Health does technically count as a resource in this matchup in particular, especially when you're using it to kind of sacrifice here and there for worse hits or even just take that chip damage, right?
I really like how Dostrow's using this 5P. That is going to be a counter hit, but again, Dostrow using the burst to go back onto this full screen battle. Closes in just a little bit to cause some pressure, but instead now going for the install and keeps this pressure of zoning right now. It's crazy as you see Dostrow really maneuvering professionally with Happy Chaos.
Yeah, Happy Chaos is, you know, one chaotic character just able to deal with this full screen. Clone is out there. There's not much that Coffee can do. Has to be so careful. Finds the jump in on that 2S. But Beyblade going to get YRC'd, and the throw gets the game for Dostrow, putting up 2 on the board right now, 1 away from moving on in this bracket.
Yeah, Dostrow's doing phenomenal with this matchup. I see Coffee being able to punish the 1 or 2 mistakes that Dostrow has done. But here's the thing, Dostrow has been spending the entire time waiting to use his burst, and by the time he uses his burst, he's already back on his game plan with Happy Chaos. So Coffee has been trying to capitalize off of the punishments, but because he's not able to actually bait out those bursts, it's definitely been costing him, and he's been losing some of those wars.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, once you get your hands on a zoner like Happy Chaos, you have to make every hit count. And Nagoriyuki definitely has the damage to do that, but oh my goodness, like, Dostrow is definitely not giving any room. Runs up, gets caught, trying to throw.
Ooh, and here we go. Starts up the pressure with the Coffee. Hat is on Blood Rage, so close to actually getting exploded. Oh, we do see that 5P, which again, Dostrow's been doing so well on it. It's grabbed here.
The gold burst, giving all the resources that Dostrow needs, but we got a couple slashes in. Look at this, Coffee has resources too, but the Blood Rage coming through. Oh my god, that'll do it. No, missed flash shot, but hey, it was for style.
It was for style indeed. And I think the meter too was so close to like being out. But really nice round start here from Coffee. Almost able to continue that pressure, but again, Dostrow's using that 5P for a reason. Making sure that Coffee gets punished even with that small hit to then go for that full screen again.
Right.
Does have the Chaos on Coffee, so all of these shots are almost guaranteed to hit. Brings out the clone in case the teleporter Beyblade comes out. Still able to get the counter hit.
Yeah, that concentration gauge. Actually, Dostrow needed to buy some time there, putting that clone out there, and Coffee, once again, not capitalizing on that moment. You have to take those moments as they come because they're going to be so few and far between. Clone gets blown up, and there we go, backdashing the burst and taking the game. 3-0 for Dostrow here up against Coffee.
Yeah, that matchup is quite a very tough time for Nagoriyuki. One thing to also keep note of when looking back at those matches is analyzing that blood rage meter for Nagoriki, especially when you're level 2 and level 3, has the range to actually reach onto Happy Chaos. But as we saw how Dostrow was playing, it's also about understanding your resources as well for this character, and being able to utilize not only your RCs, but your gun meter and your bullets, but also that burst too. Every time Coffee tried to get that counter hit in or got the opportunity to capitalize on Dostrow's 1 or 2 mistakes, it was always a burst ready to follow and easy back to that full screen zoning.
Yeah, and again too, like it's so hard to get it on this map. Like, you watch it and we sit here and say, like, you know, these are the easy adjustments that you can make. But again, until you're actually sitting there one-on-one against a Happy Chaos and getting pushed in that pressure, like, it's frustrating to deal with. You're getting shot back every time, and it seems as though that any progress that you're making just gets destroyed almost instantaneously. But you have to pay attention to the long game as well, right? You're building up that blood gauge to level 2 just so you get that extended range, like you were saying. But then also, you're walking down Happy Chaos. You're removing space for Happy Chaos to backdash from, and that's a big threat for that character, especially too when you look at the cases where Dostrow did overspend on resources. We did have a couple of concentration moments where Dostrow didn't have anything to pull the trigger, and that should have been when we saw Coffee close that gap, try to challenge with buttons, get a Fukyo in, or even Beyblade, right, to kind of shut things down. But the smart play, right, that Dostrow had was a clone right between them, so that any hit that would come through, Dostrow would sit right on top of it, so the hit didn't actually go into Dostrow. And the recognition needs to be there. It's kind of like Zato's oppose, right, where that goes up, you want to dash in, get that throw. You know, again, a lot of decisions to be made, especially against this character and all the abilities it has. But the key factor, like you were saying, resource management is so important, and this matchup is definitely a big mental stack problem when you're thinking blood gauge. And then also on top of that, my opponent's bullets, concentration, and tension.
You mentioned something very key about with Zato and characters like Zato, Jacko, and Happy Chaos. That meter, you have to keep an eye on it, and they're waiting to replenish it or do something to be on like that defensive, but that defensive decision is their weak point decision, so you have to be ready to go in and capitalize on it. And that is something that with Happy Chaos has definitely been teaching a lot of players. I believe Happy Chaos came out in November, right? Something around that time, I think.
December. It hasn't been that long already. Wow. I think it was close to the end of November, right? Yeah, 2 or 3 months max of this character. And this character has been showing like phenomenally at what he is capable of, and we are now starting to see where he's going to be at his strongest, with players that have just been spending a lot of time. And as the show has pointed out, it was November 30th. I did remember that because it was right before CEO, and everybody was talking about it. So yes, this character has definitely been that knowledge check character for sure. We got to see Lost Soul really put in work, and what was interesting, because Lost Soul, an Elfelt player coming to Happy Chaos, where I'm like, wow, going up against Hotashi, I'm half expecting Hotashi to play Happy Chaos and we get a repeat of classic Exerd matchup. But, you know, obviously Hotashi playing Nagoriyuki, and we saw how that match played out right at Frosty Frosting. So that's a great example to see how to play against Happy Chaos, especially too when Hotashi loves to lean into blood gauge and using that as an additional tool to kind of combat against most of the cast. And especially too that I think that Lost Soul is definitely a player that, you know, has a good mastery of how to juggle those mechanics that Happy Chaos has. And, you know, hey, we got another one right back at you here. Dostrow coming back again, but this time against Potemkin, and I'm so sorry, Code Redacted, you are in for a bad time. Like, this is beyond frustrating. Yeah, this is going to be tough, and I hope that you had the mental endurance to keep up with this match, especially too, like, I'm going to get frustrated. I'm a rush down player. If I'm getting pushed back time and time again, I'm getting frustrated. So grappler, goodness.
Yeah, so while we're waiting for the match to come back here for us, let's talk a little bit about that particular matchup on paper, right? So you have Potemkin, who the only way to really close in is obviously that armored slide, right?
Yes.
And then, of course, the only full screen offensive plan that he could probably do is to do the ground slam, right? So it's like he kind of is so open to what Happy Chaos can throw at him.
Right.
Like, it could be in that very moment that Dostrow can probably throw a curse bottle at him.
Yes.
And it'll be like pretty much GG's as far as like using the bullets and the meter and definitely catching Code Redacted pretty off guard. So what are your thoughts on probably the type of game plan that we're going to see here?
So I think Potemkin has a ton of tools to actually close this gap pretty handily. And, you know, like you said, the armor is going to be a key factor in this matchup, because otherwise Happy Chaos doesn't have much to be able to time that second hit to really break through that armor. So we're talking Hammerfall and Slide Head that are going to be really big in closing the gap on Happy Chaos. And once Potemkin's in close range, it's going to be about Dostrow having to like force a very specific series of events to get Code Redacted back out. And honestly, you know, look at what we're seeing right here. Dostrow, top tier play of keeping Potemkin out, just disconnecting. Like, brilliant stuff, honestly. How else? There's no way Potemkin can reach you if Potemkin can't even connect to you.
That is true. Just connect with the bullets. It's all good. But you know what else is all good? Make sure to check out that match arena. It's almost Valentine's Day. These players probably have their own Valentines. Definitely this prize pool can help them out in getting their favorite Valentine dinner, flowers, little teddy bears. So hit !Matcherino to go ahead and contribute or take part in the sponsor quest. It is literally no money to take part in those sponsor quests. So definitely make sure to check out that Matcherino page.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm really interested to see how this plays out. Like, yeah, you know, at the top, you look at these two characters, and it's going to be a bad time for Potemkin, because you think about, like, you can't flick back bullets. If you could, that'd be insane. But you can't do that. But it's really going to be about, all right, let's see how Dostrow maintains resource management. That's going to be key here, because one slip up is all it's going to take. And I think Potemkin can really contend with Happy Chaos in this matchup. I think this matchup is going to surprise a lot of folks, you know, especially considering the surface level archetypes that these characters are.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's also this kind of like, if we kind of look back in how Zoner and Grappler have dealt with each other, the Grappler always tends to suffer, right? So Potemkin definitely has the unfortunate history of all of that. But I do want to mention, though, that like with every other character that gets in on Happy Chaos, the punishment value that Potemkin has is pretty large if we really think about it. Just the fact that, of course, you could do the Pop Buster, you could do the full on, especially if you catch that jump in. You could probably, if you catch it really close to the wall, you could get that air grab and really use the wall break mechanic. And Happy Chaos doesn't have a lot of guts, so there's a lot of damage on the table that Potemkin can actually take care of with this. So
yeah, absolutely. So a couple bumps in the road here on this connection issue, no big deal. Trying to get this fixed. And yeah, you know, it's crazy because it does kind of sometimes happen where the servers are just not cooperating at all. Like, I'm trying to remember what day it was. Oh yeah, it was Wizard Eye Fights last week, where the start of it, like leading up through Bamboo battles, the servers were just taking a crap, and folks just were having the worst time connecting. So it happens sometimes where, you know what, I guess the internet's not going to cooperate in those blizzard conditions out there. You know, it's snowing pretty heavily out here in the Midwest, so maybe that's what's going on here.
The snow's impacting the Guilty Gear Strive servers. They're too hot, so we have to bring in the too cold, and it's just causing everything to go wild.
My goodness.
I do have to say, Zero, probably my favorite part about commentating with you is all the puns we get to get away with.
Right? Exactly. That's the best part. I love it. Like, it shows everybody we can have fun up here, okay? That's what we do. It's not just the people playing the game. We get to have fun while we're talking about the game.
Speaking a little bit, right? How have you been thinking about Biken since she came out? I mean, she actually literally just came out when Frosty's happened.
Right.
So it's already been about a month or so, or less than a month actually, since she's been out.
Yeah, Biken is it's so funny to look at Biken as a character in each iteration of Guilty Gear, because she is one character that just changes every single time she shows up. There's only very few constants with this character, of course, the Tommy map being the regular constant of each iteration. And this time around, the unique mechanic of the hook is such a double-edged sword, and I think that fits really well with the theme of her character, right? Of just, she is that samurai, and you have that double-edged sword that can affect you positively and negatively, and seeing the combo potential for that character, it is pretty fantastic. That parry as well, I think, is a great tool and feature that is, one, unique to her, and then two, just like gives you that a different way to use like wake up invulnerability moves to kind of get your opponent off of you. So it changes that offensive pressure that so many characters get at the start here. So you don't get to use the excuse of like, there are no defensive options in this game. There's so many, and then you added that additional layer of parry, and how can Biken use that? And I think that hook mechanic is so huge, especially being able to route so many unique paths as far as combo damage could go for that character. So it's really interesting to see her grow. How about you? What do you think about Biken?
So I've been picking up Biken for the rest of the month. I'm putting down Anji for now.
Okay.
So that I could actually learn Biken and really like study her the way I did the same thing with Anji. And there's a couple of things. So the first thing is, this is my first time with Biken, so I obviously didn't play like Exert or Accent Core before. So this is like my first time actually like playing Guilty Gear, and then of course playing Biken.
Right.
And so obviously the tatami mat is really awesome to see how it can be really used, especially like both air and ground.
Yes.
I'm also really liking the bell, just like you mentioned, that hook mechanic. It's interesting because I know a lot of people were kind of like memeing around it at the fact that it was like, yeah, you're gonna get caught in like a bunch of like counter hit situations if you get pulled in and whatnot. And it's interesting that like that's not necessarily the case. You kind of actually can find this right setup for it and create this really big mix-up guessing game that gets really complicated at some point. So
absolutely.
Yeah, but it looks like we are able to actually connect. Just get it, the rope connect. And
the Ethernet is plugged in from Biken's chip. That's all that was missing. Biken had to come hook it up for us, and here we go. That slide head that I was talking about with the hammer fall. This is going to be the problem for Happy Chaos. How do you push out Potemkin when Potemkin can ignore your bullets?
Ooh, I see that was Code Redacted's attempt at first baiting that, but able to take that first round, sliding in and going for the full Potemkin Buster, I think that was.
Yes. Try to get that 6P start up, and now Dostrow has to change it up a little bit here, going for the close range hammer fist coming through. Oh my god, Garuda Impact does connect at the max range here, but 2+ for a pop buster, and bad first, but they're gonna get shot up, but doesn't matter. Look at the hammer fall, had to cancel the concentrate to try to stay safe here. It doesn't matter, the heavy shot will bust through. Perfect timing on Dostrow's end right there, and that backdash and that heavy shot too, my god.
Yeah, Dostrow has been absolutely killing it with the backdashes. After learning from that first round, has been backdashing, not afraid to do so. That's one thing. Okay, using the purple RC, getting the clone, and then drifting back to going ahead and punishing Code Redacted here.
Yes, a really, really good adjustment from, wow, Gara Pop Buster going to get jumped out of. But really good adjustment from Dostrow here in that second round. Timing shots, punishing the hammer fall, good calls here. And look at the patience. This is, the complete adjustment, the opposite, right? We were wondering how Dostrow will force out Code Redacted once Code Redacted inevitably gets in. Nice shot cancel there.
Okay, going ahead and breaking defense right here. Gonna try to get the kick, but the wake up super right there. Gonna catch Dostrow off guard. However, still waking up with 3 bullets there.
Yeah. Boom.
Yeah.
Hammerfall comes through the armor. Double gold bricks. Hello?
So that is the second time I've seen that happen just in generally in Guilty Gear. First time was myself, and then now the second time is here between Dostrow and Code Redacted, but Dostrow coming out on top in this first game, being one on the board.
Yo, that was absolutely hysterical to see that interaction. But of course, Dostrow coming out on top there, the jump heavy. Unfortunately, Hammerfall will not connect in the air mode. It looked interesting, right? Because Dostrow seemed to be right inside the range of where Hammerfall was going to hit. So it's surprising to see the heavy come through. I think the armor just, got erased. You're still taking that chunk of damage anyways, and that's probably why Dostrow didn't get hit for that. But here we go. Good punish. Dostrow at full screen, concentration up. And now we're seeing, the Hammerfall does come through, but Dostrow, again, biding their time, waiting for the opportune moment to pull the trigger.
Yeah, this is something that Code Redacted showed the cards a little too early in that first game. Going for the slide head, then going for the pop buster. And Dostrow's like, okay, if you're going to try to grab me, let me just go ahead and backdash as much as possible. Able to get out of the corner here and back at full screen. Really waiting for this chance, goes in to punish with a grab.
Yes. Yeah, you found the answer, and that is great. Code Redacted has found how to close the gap here. But you can't lean on that every single time. We got to change it up because now Dostrow is clearly expecting that interaction with, the exception of the straight hit here and there, but Dostrow still maintaining that control.
All right, bringing out the Cursed again. Gonna make sure these bullets do hit. Gonna try to go. Okay, avoids the pop buster, gets the counter hit, and has just a little bit of health here right now that Code Redacted has to work with. Bringing out the Cursed object again, and this is not looking good for Code Redacted. Gonna bring out the install. Does get grabbed though. Gonna have to block on that Garuda. Use the burst here to get out. Gonna try to chip out, but unfortunately gonna get pop busted here.
Set up in this corner. Watch the low again. Garuda's out there. We're jumping out. Dostrow's taking the opportunity. Has 1 bullet left, so has to do a run-up throw. We weren't ready for it. Code Redacted down 2-0 right now. And just like you were saying, go ahead.
There's just one thing that I'm seeing from Dostrow, and I feel like it's just that it's a little bit of risk playing on the closing out part that I'm seeing right now. Obviously, it's been working out to their favor, which is awesome. That's important,
right.
As long as you get the game. But definitely, Code Redacted had the potential to come back from there. Just a little bit of hesitancy on some of the decisions, and he could have definitely taken it from there.
Yeah, absolutely. And God bless you out there, Arneezy. Hopefully you're doing okay. Nice knockdown right there. Gold burst. Has the Aegis Reflector out there, and great chase with the Hammerfall. Immediate burst though. Dostrow is ready. Block. Nice punish off the Hammerfall too. We're seeing this time and time again.
This is looking really nice for Dostrow. Gets the counter hit here. Gonna go for the full wall carry into Deus Ex Machina. Might be able to break the wall. Yep, right there. And that's full-on bullets back. Still has a lot of meter to work with. Full meter right now. I'm gonna go for the install here. Blocks. Very nice.
We saw the trigger start to pull. And then at the moment that Code Redacted goes for the Hammerfall, Dostrow cancels the concentration to block that Hammerfall. Good jump P. Able to get the pickup immediately after as well. Let's get the Shatter and positive bonus. With only 2 rounds left. What do we got? Cursed up.
Okay. Oh, another counter hit here. Opening full for Dostrow. First Redacted trying to close in here with the Mega Fist. Gonna get caught in that yellow burst. Going for the gold burst though. Here we go, Aegis Reflector out. Oh! And Heavenly Pop Buster able to save the day here as Potemkin goes. And Kabooey right here. Not enough to kill, but still does plenty of damage to PP with that deficiency. And here we go, Dostrow though back at the full screen game.
Yeah, and just like you said too, we're trying to throw so often, but this Kara Pop Buster will connect here. Oh my god! Surely my opponent will try to do a throw again. There's no way! The one time Dostrow gets caught. We have to be careful.
Motto.
Right, you gotta keep throwing. We just need 1 or 2. We're good, but oh my god. Hammer Fist coming through. Now you got to hold this Garuda. Nope, nothing off of it yet. Got to keep the pressure going.
Okay, and here you go, Dostrow going ahead and using the 2x Machina once again. Gonna wall break here. That's pretty good damage there, considering that this is Potemkin. Gonna try to rush up, but with Code Redacted actually going for the grab here.
Oh no, tried to catch the jump out there, but not gonna work out. Dust does get blocked here. 6P got the counter hit. Okay, now full screen again and just aim fire from Dostrow. 3-0 against Code Redacted. And that just goes to show you that, yes, you can have the complete answer to counter your opponent's play, but that can't be where you stop. You have to find those additional options. You have to have your layers of how you're going to play against a character and an opponent as well, because you saw here on the complete opposite foot, Dostrow has an answer to just play the traditional zoning, but then the moment that it was figured out by Code Redacted, Dostrow just adjusted right away. Said, okay, cool, like I know what you're looking for, and I'm gonna wait for it because I can punish you on every occasion. You don't get to slide head for free. You don't get to hammer fall for free. You have to have meter to keep this safe. And also too, the numerous throw attempts, we have to change it up. Of course, we saw the Garudas there. Utilize that on wake up, right? So you can force a block on Dostrow and then continue chip pressure from there. You have to mix it up. And it seemed that Code Redacted was focused, had the blinders on a very specific game plan.
Yeah, one thing that it's always important to note, especially as players, and if you're just starting out in Guilty Gear or in fighting games in general, it's just the amount of layers. You kind of have to like actually peel to see just the different mentalities and like planning and game plans as well. That players are going through. So we saw that Code Redacted was like, okay, bet, I just have to close in, make sure I get a grab in, and everything's good to go. And Dostrow, we saw in that first game, got caught in the first round, and that was a lot of the cards being shown on Code Redacted's part. But with unable to actually mix up those options, there was really no reason for Dostrow to do anything but backdash. There was no reason to press a button or mash through it. There was just pretty much like, okay, this person's not going to try to stop me from backdashing or force me to guess. I'm just going to keep doing that and then go for the full counter hit. And that's something that as a player and you're leveling up and you're going through these tournaments, you definitely want to check out your VOD reviews so that way you can figure out, okay, once my opponent did that, what's my next layer that I got to put him through? And pretty much outmatch and outbrain essentially your opponent. Really important stuff there, but still very good job there on Code Redacted. I honestly went a lot better than I would have thought, because as we were talking about, that matchup seems atrocious for Potemkin. Right. And there were moments where Code Redacted did get in. So that's really, really important. It's just a matter of beating sort of Dostrow's adaptability, because that's something that we've seen in not only the last match, but in that current match where Dostrow is just on point with adaptability.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great that Code Redacted had that initial answer, that initial layer, like you're saying, and then it's about the next layer after the fact, because fighting games are always that exchange of information back and forth. That's the conversation that we see on the screen between the two players, and the conversation was at a complete stop once Dostrow was like, all right, cool, I got that adjustment, I'm going to backdash, I'm going to, force the mistake on you and make you have to change that game plan to something else. It's still great that Code Redacted didn't take that matchup at face value, right? Like a lesser player would have done that and said, there's no way Potemkin is going to beat this character. But you think about the tools, the resources you have, you can come out on top in a matchup, like in a lot of matchups in this game, really, where it seems like a total loss. Like, yes, there are really tough matchups for some characters, and you might be better off if you pick a different character, but at the end of the day, all these characters are very well capable of beating, other characters in the cast, like the entirety of the cast. It's just how much work do you want to do, or how do you want to approach that game plan? And Potemkin had that potential right there. It's just now we need that additional layer.
And again, that's also the really fun part about playing in tournaments and playing in fighting games is you're never really supposed to stick with that like one game plan. Obviously, if it works, it works.
Of course.
And if at the end of the day that person can adapt, then you're that better player in that match. but it is something that, like, if you want to be at that top level that we always like kind of talk about and covet, it's extremely important that you are able to follow up and make sure to play. And it looks like we're gonna get Viking.
Yes, the first Viking of the night, Frankopotamus, up against Coffee. This will be on the loser side of the bracket here. Frankopotamus went down against Code Redacted, who we just saw earlier, and it seems like it was close. It was a 3-2 match. So Viking here putting in work against Potemkin. Now we're going to see it up against Nagoriyuki, and I think, you know, again, that double-edged sword right here, right? The core mechanic of Viking's game plan. After throws, you get that bell, the hook, that'll chain you to your opponent. And I think, gosh, like, that's exactly what Nagoriyuki wants here. But we'll see how Frankopotamus utilizes those tools from Viking in this matchup.
Absolutely, and it looks like a pretty interesting round start here from Coffee. Able to actually bring back, not going to follow up with that rope here, but does get the setup. Going to start up this pressure using the 5K. Going to get punished with that throw.
Yeah, really good timing right there from Coffee. Good anti-air, but the OTG does whip here. Tatami Mac got the pickup. Let's bring it back in here. Reel him in.
Very nice. Also, really smart choice there from Coffee to not first. Probably still keeping on. It's interesting that that scaled, actually. But again, I think it's because of Nago's guts there, too. So.
Right. No, try to go for the air throw, but already committed to a button from Coffee here. And the whiff to H will get punished by Frankopotamus. Good round. Still both have burst here, so that's pretty interesting. Jump HS, not going to do it. Or I think that's Dust, actually, from Nagoriyuki.
Okay, Blade out. Going to try to teleport in. Catches the backdasher right here. Does get the swipe in. Frankopotamus trying to get out of this corner. Blocked on that burst.
He's chopping up. My goodness. Look, you definitely got hit. Back-to-back heavy slash like that. Yeah,
oh, for sure.
you got hit. That's your fault.
Okay, goes for the counter. Coffee finally using the burst. Gets the jump slash there on the counter hit. Not going to follow up, though. Ooh, and we're going to get that command grab to get some of that blood rage down.
Cranked up once again here, only at the level 1 point here. Nice. Slow. Beyblade on in. Going to get that level 2. Finally set up here. Frankopotamus in trouble. We do have meter and won't need it because the OTG will close out the round.
Very nice stuff there from Coffee. I'm liking a lot how the playing of this matchup is very much like, okay, wait till that blood metered and then outrange Frankopotamus. I also like the control in the air. That's one big thing that a lot of people are starting to learn about Viking is despite her really nice options in the air, you can still control her. It's not something to let her get away with.
Right.
So, okay, nice throw tech.
Hooked up, ready to go. Got the link grapple shot coming through. Good shatter once again here, and a grip of damage already done. And, you know, flashbacks to that last game, right? Frankopotamus had a strong lead in Coffee, able to turn things around. So hopefully we close it out here this time for Frankopotamus. Goes for the parry attempt and had the PRC out of there.
I really like the use of the 5K to just stick out that button and stop some of the momentum there. Not able to capitalize. Going to get caught here on that low. And we're going to see Frankopotamus try to get out of this corner. Go ahead and run up. Goes for the grab. And also looks like it was going to be tethered as well.
Yes, absolutely. Every throw, getting that tether, and still he had just enough to get that kill right there anyways. Okay, nice. Ooh, the chop.
Very nice 2S there from Frankopotamus. Starts up this pressure here. Ooh, nice though from Coffee to break in and actually press there. That is one thing too that Viking kind of gets away with right now is that not many know how to. Okay, I really like that fast RC there to back up and goes for the slash in.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. Like Viking is such a knowledge check right now, right? Of just like having to understand where she's safe, where she's not, and she could be very misleading. Like you have to have done the homework, gone through the trials to really understand where she might be unsafe. Nice. Oh, pick up on the jump slash there. Look at Johansen.
I like it. Brings out the slash there. The forward slash, right, to keep some pressure, but Coffee responding accordingly, getting the command grab here and trying to inch in.
2S, tremendous there, and still biking. So to Tommy Matt here. Oh, great dash from Frankopotamus here. Not able to get the kill. Could have done the firecracker super. Ooh, yeah, got caught by the YRC. Coffee fighting for a hope and a prayer to maintain this lead. Blood Rage is going to do it. No, you just said, okay.
Okay, it's okay.
Could you imagine, though? Oh, all right, there was not enough meter. Thank goodness, because I thought for sure Coffee had the meter for an overdrive. Like, that could have been it. Like, you could have died instantaneously.
Me too. I think Frankopotamus was like, I'm not going to make it, but somehow made it. I was like, let me just grab it. It's fine. It's totally okay.
It's that, you know, Chicago Punish classic, right? You know, that's your optimal punish right there. Just throw. Okay.
Frankopotamus trying to get out of this corner here. Gonna go for the 2S to try. Unfortunately, not able to link the hook there. Does dash under. Frankopotamus goes for the grab here and gets tethered to bring out the pressure. But it's Tommy Matt. Oh, but okay, thankfully the tether was no longer there. It's about 10 seconds with that tether, so really nice job for that on Coffee's side to follow up.
Jeez Louise, that could have gone a completely different way there. You know, it's always interesting to see how Frankopotamus finds the way in to close these gaps here. And oh no!
Oh, I saw that, and unfortunately that is going to whip there. Even though the counter does such good damage and it has like a really good startup, it is unfortunately something that doesn't catch all of it, so you definitely have to make sure you have your options and know what you're going for here.
Right.
But you do have the red RC continuation, and this is going to be some nice damage. Okay. Very nice here. Not going to punish fully on the burst, but we do get another red RC off of the Sagensen. And there you go.
Got that shatter working out in the favor of Frankopotamus here. Tied it up once again, just like that last game. And we see the gears turning. Frankopotamus, the reason why they gave so much trouble to Code Redacted out there. Let's see if Frankopotamus can finish it out. So Tommy Matt's out on the floor a bit more now too. Nice. Keep the safe pressure here. And gonna get scooped once again. Great awareness from Coffee. Oh no.
Oh, this is not gonna look good. Thankfully though, had some scaling on that. So Frankopotamus is still gonna live. Does get the counter hit here. Might be able to wall break with this. Has enough meter to do so too. Yep. Gonna go ahead and finish off and use both of those meters to get into the sword super and deal as much damage as possible right now. Gonna get caught in the yellow RC. Gonna go for the burst. Very nice jump slash there. Gets another counter hit and sealing the deal right now and going up 2-1 over Coffee. These games have been back and forth though.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? Like, Frankopotamus seems to have found their groove with biking here. 6P Coffee, you know, had to take a couple sips of the espresso just to get the additional kick. Let's see, Beyblade's in, goes for the OTG once again. Now we gotta check it. Watch out for that Blood Rage though. That is cranking up. Has to be a little more cautious, and oh boy.
Also too, we are seeing that Coffee is trying to limit Frankopotamus from jumping too close in, using the purple RC, going and continuously running to get the tether, but unable to get out the tatami mat, and that is going to cost Frank there, with Coffee able to take the first round. There we go.
Close out the gap once again. Tatami pick up. That's a chain opportunity even too right there if we wanted to. All right. Nice slash coming out. Wow. Still just wake up, press buttons, PRC, dash in, and whoopsie daisy. Gonna get scooped up, but the parry saves the day for Frankopotamus. And oh no, this is a bad look right now. The anti-air for the skies. 2-2. Coffee ripping one out there in a pretty strong fashion for that second round here.
All right, and this is actually going to be, I believe, our first game 5 on stream.
Yeah.
So what a way, right? Like, even though we're in losers round 2, we got this match, and it's looking really solid. And these two have just been going back and forth. I can definitely see why that match with Code Redacted was going back and forth the way it did. But we get a counter hit there off of the whiff grab. We're going to tether Nagoriyuki once again and start up this pressure. It's going to be looking really right here. Again with the tether, brings out the tatami mat. Oh, but another grab there from Coffee. And the trade?
Ooh, big jump in. Yeah, had to try to maintain that safety with the PRC, but unfortunately Coffee is ready with the throw.
And the OTG able to seal the deal here. Potential game point right now for Coffee. Nice backdash off with the command grab. Really good stuff from Frankopotamus. Gonna go for the safe jump or safe setup on the tatami mat here. Brings out the RC, gets the side switch. Keep Coffee in that corner. Not gonna be able to get that last hit off of the hook. Still keeping Coffee at least as close to the wall as possible. Oh, but the command grab coming out. Nice backdash off of the B-blade. Tries to keep the purple RC, gets out the dust.
Ooh. Okay, this one's gonna be close here. Look at all the meter that Coffee has. Doesn't need to spend it. The Beyblade in. Coffee 3-2 against Frankopotamus, and what a set that was, though. Like a great showing for Baiken, an understanding of how to approach this matchup in general. And you know, it could have gone the opposite way, especially since you think about how much damage Nagoriyuki was just doing off of OTGs alone, compared to how often we saw Frankopotamus open up Coffee with Baiken there. So I mean, I think the potential is definitely there. It's just goodness, like Nagoriyuki hurts.
Yeah, Nagoriyuki hurts, and then we are, of course, honestly, phenomenal job from Frankopotamus. That was really good to see. It is still the early stages, so for example, there were a couple of moments where to try to end with the follow-up after the hook, you would think that that would be the ideal thing to do in terms of getting the last like part of that combo route, but in reality it doesn't connect, so that obviously leads to a quick recovery where, oh wait, they just quick recovery, now I have to figure out, do I bring out a tatami mat or do I keep playing the neutral? This is Nago, so Nago's literally in blood rage, and it's gonna get really scary if you get hit by that long range sword. That's another thing too, is that once you see Nago's reach like level 2, that range on that sword is a lot higher, or a lot farther rather, and so it's hard for Baiken to just be able to close in and also jump in as well. And we saw a couple of times where Coffee was actually on top of anti-airing Frankopotamus and actually able to stop Baiken's game plan in the air.
Right, that mix-up potential, throwing out the tatami mat and really trying to, you know, mix the block attempt as well too, like, and just the awareness. Like, look, I'm just gonna be patient and find my gap where I'm just gonna get the throw and reset the neutral and force another grounded situation against you, which the damage is there. Like every throw followed up with an OTG, and then we just waited for another throw opportunity that came through from Coffee. So it's no wonder that you know, the damage output was just so astronomically different when it came to Nagoriyuki here.
Yeah, you know, though, it's really nice to see this matchup. One, lore-wise, of course, because this is another samurai that Baiken gets to, like, hang out and chill and probably drink some sake, right?
Right.
But at the same time, it's interesting to see how this new character was able to deal with a lot of what Nagoriyuki does.
Yes.
And honestly, Frankopotamus did an amazing job.
Oh, yes.
Matchup. That's like, again, Coffee is no easy player, right? It was really on top of their game in that match and really on top of their game plan. And it was still a back and forth from the beginning, like one round each. The score kind of tells it, but it was still like towards the final game, like final round type of situation. And again, it's definitely interesting to see that matchup like finally happening right now, and just the potential of what could come out of it. Also, really good stuff there from Coffee's adaptation and realizing, wait a minute, Biken's not real on some of these strings. So it came down to when the actual pressure off of the tether, just grab after the tatami mat. You're not actually applying the real scary part of the setup. And also too, in a couple of I want to say some tatami routes that try to follow up, was not getting away with it at all.
Right. Yeah, you know, I think a little bit more optimization from Biken could have gone a long way as well, too, because we saw some routes that could have gone a little bit differently in the favor of Biken. We'll see how that character evolves in the future, because, like you said, came out at Frosty Faustings, which was not that long ago, so it's great to see so many players put out a great showing. And here we go, another match, repeating once again, Potemkin versus Dostrow and Happy Chaos. So let's see how E or or Quad E to the fourth power. We have
I like that, E to the fourth power here going in. Okay, does not punish the first bait there. Gonna go for Garuda. Gonna keep up this pressure here. Garuda again. Going for the slide head into another Garuda. And this is something that we were talking about earlier. If you're using Garuda, keep that pressure going.
Exactly.
No fear.
Yeah, and look, this close range game, E does not want to lose any ground whatsoever. There's the concentration, got caught low, and has to start all over again on this approach. So we're mixing it up. Slide head attempt here. Clones up, no hammer fall going to come through, so has to commit the slide head. Back to back we go. Garuda dusted.
Has to hold all the.
No, you need one more. What are you doing?
Oh my god. Oh my god, the slide able to stop. Oh my gosh, that was actually scary. My dude, you had it. You almost had it there. It was scary. It was a free damage, but it's all good. We're gonna recuperate. We're gonna go for the pop buster here. Get some of all of that damage. We already have a bar meter ready to work with.
Gets scooped once again. Garuda impact coming through. Where you backdashing? Come back over here. Heat knuckle to close out the round. First game to E and the fourth power.
So I would love to ask this to Zero, because I've been seeing this quite a lot. So one thing that obviously helped a lot in this last round was the fact that when Dostrow jumped, E to the fourth power literally grabbed right after the landing. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's because it's no longer Dostrow's turn. The grab is gonna beat that option once you land, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Right. There's like that very small landing recovery gap that is kind of, if I remember correctly, it's newer in Strive. I don't remember. I'm a little far removed from Exert here, but I think that's a new feature for Strive, where you do have that little bit of landing recovery, and it's kind of the opponent's turn at that point, depending upon the height in which you did apply that button or which button you applied. So, you know, you might see some jump Ks, and then you have to block immediately after, like jump K backdash will come through, or even follow up after, depending upon the character.
Got you. And here we go. This is looking really nice for E to the fourth power. Going ahead and getting a full combo here. Gonna try to go for the ground pound to stop some of the full screen offense. And Mega Fist from the far reaches of its hitbox. Able to catch Dostrow off guard.
Get caught. And you see, this is the difference here that we saw from Code Redacted, right? This winners finals match between these two. E is switching, just varying how they're making the approach, not just relying on the slide head and hammer fall. Like, you have to try to guess this full screen situation. And E is assessing what to do depending upon how far you are and how many resources Dostrow has. So of course, slide head comes through again. I don't care if there's a clone. If there's a clone in front of you, I'm not going to hammer fall. I'll slide head, and you have to come to me. You have to make the situation better for me. PRC, great pop buster attempt. Doesn't want to deal with it at all from Dostrow. So Dostrow burst.
Yeah, definitely. I'm seeing E to the fourth power actually going ahead and waiting for some of the backdash attempts. Beautiful burst bait though there from Dostrow, and actually capitalizing into Deus Ex Machina. Not close enough though to the wall to actually get the wall break. Still has a little bit of a health lead right now, bringing out the clone. Oh, but it got hit there to actually get avoiding the pop buster. And this is gonna seal the deal for Dostrow in this next round.
Yes, Dostrow getting around on the board here. eeee the fourth is still making a strong showing. Goes for the heat knuckle guess at round start. Not going to catch anything on that one there. My goodness, stop pressing buttons for just a moment. The throw comes through. And now Dostrow, a ton of trouble. You thought a throw was coming. You're not fighting code. This is eeee to the fourth. 4 different guesses. Yeah, 25% chance of being right. And that wasn't it. Red RC, heat knuckle will get a shatter. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god, just a pixel of health. My god, Dostrow trying to make this comeback happen, getting the gold burst. Ooh, and
yeah.
still chipped out by the Aegis Reflector.
It had meter to block it, just had to FD and hope for the best and let it all go to waste. I mean, you had 100 tension there. You could have saved yourself, but unfortunately did not. 2-0 right now for eeee to the fourth. Gunshots. Here we go. Dostrow here at full screen situation. Slide head. Again, not going for this hammer fall. Let's make it worse for Dostrow. How are you going to do this?
And Dostrow already close on the Duex Machina. Reloading instead. Probably trying to keep that meter though. I understand. Again, this is something of like, you know, I'm going to conserve this meter here. Going to use the install. Very close to getting another stick of meter back as well. Interesting to duck. And almost reading that eeee to the 4th power is probably going to go for that air grab. Going ahead and using the install to get full bar back. And that was very, very smart. Like I said, Dostrow is not playing around with his meter, right? He's very conscious of what he has on all aspects, from the toolkit that Happy KS has to the defense mechanisms. Very nice. Also blocking the burst bait off of the failed grab attempt.
Bro, got that knockdown. We're gonna get another Garuda, and you have to guess once again 4 which ways. Aegis Reflector out there forcing the jump situation. Gonna combo off of this and get around right there. And you're right, you know, the resource management from Dostrow is killer, especially too, I like the awareness that, okay, if we toss out Curse, we can avoid slide head. So that is a very interesting note to take here if you're on the side of eeee to the 4th. All right, another slide head for days.
Yeah, we're seeing here Dostrow.
No concentration.
Okay, gonna go for the install. eeee to the 4th power, not gonna be able to actually grab or do anything there. Still gonna get the wall broken here. Clone is out, tries to avoid the ground pound.
Good FD there, the jumping, gonna get blocked, but the 5K coming through. Let's charge up the concentration here. 6P will close. No! Dropped it! Oh my god, has to FD and 6P after the stagger. My god.
So messy, but that is a point on the board for Dostrow.
That's
exactly what they needed. This is going to be 2-1 right now.
All right, so we do have you know, a little bit of life here. A little bit of life from Dostrow, and you know what? Like, it's that information has slowly been building up for Dostrow as far as trying to mount this comeback, but Quad E has not been swayed at all. Has the burst offensively there. Big jump in. Garuda dust again, but burst is available this time. Just, there we go. Yeah, commit to it. I would have said commit to it too, because look at this. Mega Fist, how are you going to deal with it? YRC's out.
Really good YRC to avoid the attempt on the cross-up. And also able to shatter the wall here as well. That full corner carry looking really strong for Dostrow. And try to bring out some of this pressure, and we're gonna see the kicks going through. Back it up. Yeah, play it safe. You have the health lead. There you go.
2S coming through there to wrap it up. Let's see.
Mega Fist coming in. I like that we're seeing that from Dostrow. Tries to go for the grab towards the end of that route. Not gonna get it.
Yeah, you know, honestly, just the complete adjustment from Dostrow right now. That's been the name of the game in this entire bracket for Dostrow here. The adjustments, right? Like, we're now threading the needle, have figured out the slide head trick, calls out the gold burst, and will get a Deus Ex Machina. That's a full reload, but concentration is low, so has to just take a moment. Oh, no grab coming this way.
Calling out the backdash with that full-on offensive, knowing that that's what Dostrow was trying to look for. Unfortunately, goes for another grab, but Dostrow just saying, "No, you're not grabbing me today," and we're gonna punish that too. And now we're going
Yes.
back into another game 5 for our winners pile.
Yeah, I think that was supposed to be another Kara Pop Buster because that should have worked. Obviously, we were out of range. Wasn't coming near Happy Chaos, and great on Dostrow for capitalizing here. But don't let it sway you. Quadruple E still have another game in here. We have to stop this momentum. And an old big swinging from Dostrow to start. Unbreakable combo here, thanks to the bullets on bullets.
Right, and we have seen that 5P has been working really well for Dostrow. And tries to kick, not gonna be able to block that burst. Oh, the counter hit. Oh, but now Dostrow getting blocked. And we're gonna get to the Heavenly Pop Buster as the combo route.
Let's go. Catches up right quick here.
That's
Like nothing
so
ever happened. Like nothing happened. No big deal. Whatever control you thought you had, it was non-existent.
Dostrow remaining very cool, calm, and collected after all that damage.
Ooh.
Able to probably break the wall. Does get the 2x blocking us.
No! Oh no! It ended up having to hold the chip damage right there. Only had a little bit of tension, and it worked out in Dostrow's favor. Dropped the combo entirely, but still, Quadruple E could have done FD in that situation. Big miss though from the throw of Dostrow. Quadruple E, E to the 4th, showing you the nice heat knuckle. Ooh, great blue drift with punish here and take for the skeet shooting game from Happy Chaos. Once again, Duck Hunt is clearly the favorite game of Dostrow here.
Does get a go burst here for Quadruple E. Gonna use the purple RC to sort of keep this mid-range. Using purple RC to get some damage, and there you go. Able to go into final round here.
Yes, final round, final game. This is it for the winners finals. Has the slide head knocked out and a big sweep. Let's pick it up with the hammer fall as well too. All right, had to block. The staggers coming through late. Wow, actually regular tech. Wow, I'm not playing Grand Blue yet.
Ooh, nice air grab there from Quadruple E. Really reading Dostrow there. Trying to just round.
Oh no!
Oh, using the red RC, but Garuda not catching the ending there.
Yeah, I think, oh gosh, Heat Knuckle could have worked out right there. You could have got a positive bonus and caught up in the resource game. Backdash to the shot, hold up a minute.
Okay. Dostrow having to reload some bullets here. Oh, brings up the gun again.
Hey, this is do or die moment right now if you're wanting to stay on the winner's side. Slide head connects, goes for a big punch. Mega Fist coming through. Let's get another one here. Both players have 50% tension. How will Dostrow use it? How does Quadruple E use it? Red RC and bet on Garuda. Dostrow is going down into the loser side, and E to the 4th power will be sitting in grand finals.
That was so close, Zero. That
That
so
was
close. My goodness.
Yeah, gosh. And that tension just sat right there. Dostrow could have reacted, could have, I don't know, reversal Deus Ex. Do you bet it all? Like, what do you do in that situation? You have to guess so much. So many options. That's why we're Triple E, right? You have to immediately equate, evolve, execute, and enable your ability to survive.
Yeah, I was just so close.
Yeah.
I like, it's one of those things where like you see both players playing out of their minds. It's like we were talking about before. We literally are seeing these players just peel back their layers and actually get into each other's head, and it's insane. It's absolutely insane. And it's not easy to keep up with either of them, but even with these two players, we were seeing that, like, I feel like if you had like an infinite amount of health, you'd see like Dostrow and Quadruple E literally going back and forth with that same mentality and play style that we were seeing. It's like every one of them had like themselves guessing, okay, are you gonna backdash? Let me respond with the backdash. Oh, you're responding to that backdash? Let me follow up with a full-on just block and punish. You're gonna try to slide head? Nah, you're not gonna be able to. Here's a curse to make sure we get some bullets in. And same thing with also being able to hit some of really close combos as well. That Heavenly Pop Buster that connected after a combo was phenomenal. You don't really see that happen quite often. And yeah, just coming out too. Also staying really cool, calm, and collected. That's a big thing too when you get hit really hard. And one thing that I feel like Guilty Gear definitely teaches players of all skill level is you don't want to panic when you get hit so hard. If you get that magic pixel, if you get that, like, you know, low health and just that huge, pretty much 90% damage, essentially, it's not over. It by far does not mean that it's over. You know, you have still a full character that has the toolkits to make a comeback work extremely well.
Yeah, absolutely. And wow, that definitely sucks that Happy Chaos has no, like, actual reversal right there. Even the roll can't even get through that. Like, it does have invulnerability for high, but that's a low profile hit as well too. So Garuda definitely was like a great, like, option to choose right there to kind of cover those options against Happy Chaos. And gosh, yeah, you're kind of between a rock and a hard place there. Oh, fantastic. It looks like we do have to pay the bills out here. Don't forget, February 20th is going to be your next CIFGC. Check it out. Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. I bet Dostrow will be showing up for that one there. Of course, on the 27th, King of Fighters 15 will be making a debut here for CIFGC. So definitely don't forget to sign up there.
Yep, absolutely. And if you're just getting into King of Fighters 15, this is definitely a good place to start. And also a good place to start is the FGC meetups hosted by Low Kick and Ignite. There's the address there where they're actually hosting their next meetup this Friday on February 18th. Some featured games to definitely get your practice in tournament is Guilty Gear Strive, King of Fighters 15, and Street Fighter 5.
Yeah, it's always great to go to a live event when you can safely as well too. And, you know, FGC meetups and even Square Up at Logan Square all practice, you know, your social distancing as well as not mandates, but, you know, mask safety precautions as well. And also you can meet up with all sorts of new players on the 13th, 20th, which is today actually for the 13th, 20th, 27th, and the 6th of March. King of Fighters 15 and Guilty Gear will be in the rotation at Square Up, so definitely check them out.
I'm gonna square you up, and I actually did not know this was here, but this is awesome. Another place to square up is actually online with the Sakura Shrine tournaments. This week we have on February 17th Guilty Gear Strive, as well as next week on the 24th King of Fighters 15. Prize pools for both are actually $25, but if we get to 15 participants, that prize pool goes up to $50.
Wow, that's a nice way to, you know, open up a bracket to end off the glory that is February. You're going to get in a day before KOF is dropping on the 18th anyways, or 15th if you get the, you know, the big pre-order, you know, if you all spent that extra moolah on the KOF. So definitely big opportunity to jump in on King of Fighters right there for the opening week. And I've seen a lot of folks really pick up that game, which is great. I've heard the mantra of like every second iteration of King of Fighters is like the big one to get into because they do that engine change, right? Where they've really kind of figured it out, they got it, you know, and this one, if I remember, is this one in Unreal? I don't remember 100% if this one's hitting that.
So I think I don't think about the Unreal part, or no, actually I think it is Unreal because I remember talking to KVD Rage when I was at Frosty's and they had their King of Fighters booth. The other thing too is I've been hearing a lot of good things about this particular one, especially if you're trying to get into King of Fighters for the first time. It's very welcoming than the past games.
Nice.
And I'm always for welcoming new people to fighting games, so that's awesome. And salutes to SNK for doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. King of Fighters is definitely one of those games that it's a tough game to learn. There's a lot of options. The neutral game is so unique in King of Fighters as compared to other 2D fighters. So definitely take the time to check it out. I used to always tune into Juicebox's streams and really try to learn how to KOF, as it were. So it's definitely a great time, great community with tons of information. And we're about to get the information here from Code Redacted. and MFahim. Nice. So Potemkin up against Nagoriyuki. And you're right, though. Happy Chaos does not need any reversals. Yeah, Happy Chaos is actually pretty crazy right now.
That would be really crazy to see a character like Happy Chaos with a reversal, because then that just means like your close-up game battle not as strong as you would want it to be.
Right? Like, gosh.
Okay, but that's pretty good. Going
that's
for
a good start. Yeah, that's a real good
start there.
My God, the Kara Potbuster coming in full force to start things out, sending a message, but Blood-Sucking Universe comes through for Fahim. Oh my goodness, yo, we're jumping. I don't care. Gonna burst. I don't want to get scooped again. I saw your Kara Potbuster input at round start. It ain't happening.
Yeah, it's definitely not happening with Code Redacted trying to get out of this corner, but we're going to get the grab into the throw RC, and that's actually really good. Not going to be able to complete it. Goes for the reset instead here. Going to try to block the Garuda. Does get hit by the dust. Does Code Redacted have it? Yes, they do. Going to seal it out with that charge dust moveset right there.
Yeah, not letting it escape from you this time. Committing to make sure that we got the kill shot on the dust. There's the back throw, and now you got to hold this corner position. Couple Garudas, hammer fall there, another throw. What a risk. You guessed right, on the Beyblade from Nagoriyuki and got the throw. My God, Blood Rage, no shatter. Here it comes. Oh no, oh no.
Oh my gosh, and that's gonna leave a mark in the morning as MFahim is gonna respond back accordingly. He's tying up this round here.
You couldn't have asked for a better tee-off for that overdrive. My God, you're dead. We know for a fact you're dead. I didn't even have to guess. I saw the meter of it. It's over. And it's about to be over once again. The 2S coming through. Last burst opportunity for Code Redacted here. We just wait. Big chillin'. I got positive bonus. I'm building meter by just hanging out. And here's the chop. 6HS to close it out with a perfect.
Yeah, that was a beautiful perfect there from MFahim. I'm liking that both of them are starting off the rounds as strong as possible. Like right there.
Oh my God.
Fahim starting again, getting another counter hit. The burst pushing Fahim back into the corner. Able though to actually get a counter hit off of, I believe that might have been a grab attempt, and just keeps on going. This might be another perfect. Nope, never mind. Commentator's curse. I will go and escape into the corner now.
You done did it again, Saki, and here we go. That YRC to get out. MFahim is trying to get this last bit of health gone and does succeed. What a commitment there. To get that W in that first round. MFahim still putting out that, opening dominance here in the offense. Nice reversal there from Code Redacted with the throw.
Using the burst to get some space, getting caught in the hammerhead there. Still able to start up some pressure here. Nice smash on the 5P to definitely stop Nagoriyuki from continuing. And that's going to be death though on Code Redacted. Able to catch up here on this next round. Definitely both of them going back and forth here.
Okay, wait a minute. Has the slash there. Nice. Tries to beat out the slide head, and still Fahim at level 2 is just able to kind of chill out, play the zoning game, and Code Redacted. Oh my God! Gonna get caught by the 2H.
Oh, nice. And there you go, and Fahim taking it. And now 2-0. That blue drift was so smart. Such a good call out there.
Absolutely. Honestly, I can't wait to see more and more tension utilization like that in the future of this game, because seriously, blue drift with punishing is so smart. And it's not smart to just explode with blood rage here like that, especially not having any meter. And oh my God. Oh wow. Yeah, able to get out of there instantaneously. Thank goodness for the mask on situation right there to go for that change shift-esque moment. PRC. Good tech.
Very good tech. Goes into blood range again, and this time actually hitting. So Code Redacted having to play defense, but gets caught in the charge dust into all the damage. And MFahim.
Beautiful.
First round.
Beautiful round right there. MFahim is going to get taken to the skies. Good Lord. Great
Nice
backdash.
Okay. responding accordingly.
Let's see here. Oh, goes to the chop and red RC. Got caught staring and gonna get scooped into the corner. Fahim in trouble for a bit. Close slash, not your turn yet, but here's the rage.
Okay, we're back in blood range here. Not gonna be able to do a super hit, did not have the meter for it. Oh, purple RC into Pop Buster, and we're going into the last round.
Gosh, you know, you couldn't have seen that coming. There was no way. The Fukyo was a great idea for MFahim, and still, you know, smart decision, but Code Redacted just happened to PRC. Just happened to. And them's the breaks, unfortunately. Big counter hit, even off Beyblade. There's your shatter.
Blue Drift RC tries to grab, but the grab not going to be able to reach in the air. Oh, gets caught in the charge dust there. Gonna use the burst to set up. Oh.
What a gamble, and goodness, and unfortunately, you know, pays off in some way for Code Redacted, but the whiff throw gonna get counter hit. My God, 3-0 finish for MFahim and ending the run of Code Redacted here. Fahim is gonna make it into the loser semis, and unfortunate for Code. Gosh, that whiffed heavenly pop buster and still coming out scot-free, you know, like, gotta commit. And you had the punish, the counter hit punish on the 2H attempt from Fahim and still didn't commit to it. You gotta get these confirms, you gotta finish these combos because it's those last minute scramble situations that'll cost you tremendously.
Yep, absolutely. Like, it was a bit of a scramble when you see them two actually like dropping some of their stuff. Like in that last round, we saw the dropped on the grab and just trying to go for the grab, right? There was like that situation where sometimes when you're a player, you're thinking, oh, my combo dropped, let me try to go for a grab and hope for the best. But MFahim also responding really well, reacting accordingly too. Definitely on point. Pretty much was playing really solid in that match. It was just trying to close the matches against him that Code Redacted was struggling a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's, gosh, I feel like that's been the story for this entire bracket for Code Redacted, right? Like, Redacted had all the right ideas in every match that we saw. And of course, you know, coming out on top against Frankopotamus earlier in the bracket too. But, you know, even in that match against Dostrow, had the right ideas, just wasn't able to close out and then make that additional adjustment after the fact. And even here, all the correct ideas, good situational awareness, and great execution. I mean, you cannot say that Code Redacted does not have the execution ability to play Potemkin. We saw Kara Pop Buster on Kara Pop Buster and only one whiffing out. You know, it's there. It's just now that next step, closing your matches, and that's the, you know, that's the hub or the plateau that so many players will get, you know, when they're mid-high, right, and about to get into high. It's just like, we got to find the closer. That's the next step.
Yep, absolutely. Very, very nice. And I believe this might be, depending on how Coffee takes it, will be a Nago mirror. So it's going to be Coffee versus MFahim that we'll be able to see up next in our loser semi. But yeah, and you know what? At the end of the day, that's honestly one of the cool things about online tournaments is that you can actually practice some of that stressful scenario. No better practice is practice in a tournament, like an online tournament, where you get used to being in those tight situations, where you get used to being in such stressful situations. Your adrenaline's pumping. Your mind is trying to think at like a mile a minute, practically. And very important that you know, things like this, like losses like this, you go back to your VODs, you review them, and you get a sense of what exactly happened so that when you next get confronted with that situation, you're feeling like you're way better prepared and you can make decisions a lot cleaner than stressed out and just feeling all that pressure.
Yeah, you know, it's online environment is such a great environment to kind of get your feet wet. You know, it's a low stakes environment where you are facing that high level competition or just competition in general, and you're getting used to trying to remove the thought of, like, you know, that performance anxiety that you can get when playing on stream. Like, great, am I getting made fun of in the chat? Or, oh man, I need to play XYZ way because this is how the character's supposed to play. No, don't even think about that. You're in the comfort of your own home, able to play in your most ideal environment. And then after the fact, you have that additional viewing opportunity of looking at it on stream. And that helps you build the, you know, at least the mentality or the endurance, or just, you know, it kind of gets you calloused up, right? You know, for you guitar players right out there, like, hey, I'm used to this, you know, my fingers are ready to rock when it comes to a real scenario, because that's that next step. You know, you're playing at home on an online setting that is being streamed where people are watching, and then you go offline, and then you have to go through that learning curve again. Like, the energy of the crowd is going to feel so different. So get used to the energy here, because this does build that experience for you. There's so many online players that have come up, you know, live just through online alone. I mean, look at Punk, for example, right? Like, obviously is doing locals now and obviously has been competing, but that's kind of where Punk really got that start, right? And then built up beyond that. So online ability is definitely, you know, something that you can build up over time. And we do have our mirror, Fahim, up against Coffee.
Yep. This is always interesting to watch mirror matches, because mirror matches don't necessarily determine who's the better at the character. It determines on how much you know about your very own character and how well you get onto it.
Yes, absolutely. And what's going to be interesting is that Fahim loves to build up blood rage. And, well, I mean, honestly, you're playing Hotashi's colors, so, or at least the colors that Hotashi uses. So, of course, you're going to play in blood rage. It's got to be the color. That's it. It's not about what you like to do. It's literally the color that causes the Nagoriyuki players to play in blood rage.
I'm interested to see or to know why that side switch happened, but we are going to get the overdrive here. It's obviously not going to kill. It is going to at least do a hard knockdown, as well as put a pause on the blood meter as well.
Jump in. Nice. Ooh, that could have gone in Coffee's favor there. That's, of course, Coffee as yellow Nagoriyuki, and, you know, Fahim as the teal Nagoriyuki here. A couple close slashes here. Beyblade letting it rip. Red RC to get the pickup, but whiffed!
Oh, drops the red RC there! And I would not... Okay.
Yeah, because you got the blood rage. The moment you land, that blood rage was going to pop. And Coffee losing a round. That is unfortunate, because that was definitely all Coffee right there. And the drop sealed the deal. Oh, dear. Yeah, that's not a burst that you want to be pulling off here quite yet. The dust coming through, and Fahim has burst on the way, too, in the second round. Fahim's looking great right now as far as, you know, the resources go.
Yeah, and Fahim's also playing slow, too. We saw Fahim actually going for a faster pace, but realized, wait a minute, Coffee's trying to be aggressive, too. Let me just play some defense and play this slow. I already get the feel of it, and right there, and then just waiting for Coffee to try to advance and actually stopping Coffee from doing so. So that's going to go to Fahim there, going on the board 1. just for the round. Nagoriyuki's doing what Nagoriyuki's do.
Right, exactly. Round start, mirror match, going to start the exact same way, of course. All right, nice throw. Coffee in control. Just for a moment, that burst coming out from Fahim here.
Okay, Fahim trying to go for, I think that was a command grab, but still getting caught in the blood range. But Fahim responding with the B-blade there.
Yes. Absolutely. And again, Fahim taking that early lead. Resources about even this time around. That's the difference. The throw, my God. I think that was a whiff throw from Coffee, it might have looked like, and put that hurt box a little bit forward there for Fahim to get the throw.
Yeah, this is not looking too good for Coffee right now. Trying to get a hit in and do a follow-up, but for some reason, still getting that hesitancy there. Fahim, though, able to go for a pressure, still getting caught in the jump in, goes for Blood Rage. We do see a punish here. This actually could be really good punish. Yep. Didn't have to do it, but you know what? Just for the style, let's just do it.
Muscle memory and just make sure. We want to make sure.
That's true.
Don't leave it to chance. You got to commit. Just like Coffee is committing on these Fukios here. A couple heavy slashes for you. Going to get those pokes. Corner situation once again. Fahim. Ooh, gonna get jabbed out. Interesting. Tried to, challenge in the Beyblade situation. We all know better. Jump D is gonna connect though for Fahim to get the extended combo.
Really good stuff. I'm not sure if that drop was supposed to happen, but at least there was a really good connection there.
Right.
Both players have burst. Now Fahim using the burst, trying to get the charge dust off. Not going to be able to. Coffee, though, with the full extent of the meter right now working in their favor, can probably do something really good with that. Does get the counter hit and didn't even need it.
All right, so we're tying it up 1-1 here. This is exactly what we want to see, right? Losers semis build up a mirror match. You know, the back and forth of who's going to come out on top. Who is the better Nagoriyuki player today? The better understanding.
Better understanding. We want to encourage people to accept mirrors in the future.
Yes.
And Coffee, though, doing really nice. I love that our lovely production backstage decided to put yellow and teal. As
Question mark?
As if we really wanted to help, but we do. Because sometimes these Nagoriyukis, their colors sometimes get blended in.
Nice. There we go. Good pickup. Push over to the corner here. Coffee trying to maintain this control. Positive bonus still in Fahim's favor here. Finally gets a YRC out. No! Too far away for a blood-sucking universe there. But we got it out. Couple pickups with the 5K, but not able to get a full conversion. Grip of damage left on the table. PRC drifting to get the close slash punish.
There you go.
Nice little pickup right there for Coffee to start the round here. Backdash Fukio back to get the poke.
Okay, I like the attempt on the B-Blade, but still that trade was in the favor of Coffee. But Fahim now going into Blood Rage, catching Coffee off guard. Gonna get grabbed right now. Gonna use Burst and go back into Mass State.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah,
Coffee's responding incredibly well. I was getting a little worried in that first game, but these last two games have been super strong.
Absolutely. Like, Coffee, you know, had the espresso hits a little bit later, I guess. You got to hit.
It's probably having some decaf, but...
Right, yeah. Round start decaf. Who's doing this?
Very nice call out on the Blood-Sucking Universe. Gonna go for the jump slash. Using the burst here to avoid the B-Blade. Catching a hit in and going ahead for the full conversion. Still continuing with this damage and already catching up on the health deficit.
Wow, yeah, the 2S a little bit further there from Coffee. Interesting, though, as Fahim gonna get whiff punished by it. I guess, yeah, that's probably what happened. Nice slash approach. Bloodsuck Universe in just the nick of time, too. Was about to Blood Rage, and at what cost, though? Trying to PRC. Throw punish was not the answer.
I was gonna say that sometimes it happens, because it even happens to me. You don't realize you have the 2 sticks of meter, and then you could have easily done like the burst bait. But you know what? Coffee's making it work right now, and that's the more important part of things. Goes for the reset on the wall to keep MFahim in there. It's looking really dire for MFahim, trying to get some counter hit here to start up the pressure.
Right.
Coffee, though, has the 2 sticks of meter. Oh, but tries to wake up pressing buttons, and instead Fahim gonna go get that counter hit.
Oh my god, catching the backdash there. Red RC. Well, okay, Hero Burst if we ever saw it here, and obviously believed enough because that's... now the last second burst smashing out in the clash into immediate challenge from Coffee to take it 3-1 over Fahim. My god, what a series of fights between these two.
I want to mention for the audience that the first game had a clash in the beginning of the set, in the beginning of the round, and I think the clash was actually in favor of MFahim, which is why MFahim was able to keep that pressure going on Coffee. But Coffee seemed to have learned the lesson and was able to win the trade there off of the clash, and that was amazing. Very big brain play there, kicking MFahim out of their losers run and heading up to face Dostrow.
Yeah, a really good series right there. We do have our losers finals set into place. One more Nagoriyuki left, one Potemkin, and one Happy Chaos. Will Coffee shut down the streak of Dostrow here? I mean, each of the fourth was able to do it. But the last time that Coffee and Dostrow faced Dostrow, dominant performance here. So we'll see how this shakes down. Did Coffee learn anything for the last few games where Dostrow, had to face off against Potemkin? Does Coffee have, similar answers as to what Potemkin could do, right? We want to worry about that close range game. We want to try to smother the flames of Happy Chaos, but clone is a big factor here. And of course, the moment Nagoriyuki gets cursed, it's going to be a problem to close this gap. You can Fukio all you want, but then you got to worry about Blood Rage. So you have meter on top of meter. Your mental stack is, I hope that you have the ability to keep up with all those resources going off, because it's a whole new game, especially when you go up against Happy Chaos. So let's see how this shakes down. And seriously, tweet this out. We're getting some fantastic matches here. Let folks know about the Matcherino as well, to use those sponsor quests as well to put free cash into the pot. This is it. Losers finals.
And this is an interesting rematch that we're going to see, because Coffee's well awake, right?
Yes.
We're seeing that Coffee, obviously faced off of that Baiken, was a very close game. Probably realized, wait a minute, I gotta seal my deals. Faced off against MFahim, really good at the adaptation. Now we're gonna see Dostrow again, and who knows, they may have drank their caffeinated coffee.
I've been drinking decaf this whole bracket. All right, that's it. I'm never going back to that Starbucks again.
We're getting the full-on caffeinated coffee mocha latte, whatever. I feel like I said coffee twice just in mocha, but
just in case.
Dostrow getting out 2S Ex Machina right now and gonna shatter this wall, already closing into the close of this first round, and breaking the not armor, but defense right now on Coffee.
Please, lock the lows. At least one of them, Coffee, please. We're gonna get your expectations shattered here from Dostrow. Okay,
right.
Nice, close it. Ooh, great backdash, 2S, an immediate burst from Dostrow. We're jumping on in. Beyblade coming through, the backdash succeeds, and now we're at the full screen game. Avoids the curse. Thank goodness the concentration came through. Gave Coffee that opportunity. Big poke.
Huge poke right now for Coffee, gonna get stuck on the YRC. Dostrow getting out of the side. Oh, misses the 5K connect.
Nice. Look at this concentration. This is it right here. The opportunity we've been waiting for. Bide your time. OTG red RC, but not able to get a full follow-up right there. Bounced one too many times. Now we're cursed up. Full screen situation again. Don't let that tension build. Big jump in. Oh my God. Coffee threading the needle in a literal sense here in that round.
Really good stuff right now. And Coffee starting this round off really strong. I definitely feel like Coffee learned the last time on capitalizing as much as possible, and we're seeing it right now. Dostrow having a burst on deck right now. Big stuff here for Coffee if they can call it out. Able to get the burst out though from Dostrow. Gonna try to jump in. That was a lot of recharge on that meter.
Yeah, and you're seeing here those moments of flawed resource management, right, on the side of Coffee here. Coffee pressing those buttons because we were at least level 1 Blood Rage, but then realized too little too late the Blood Rage went down, so we had to Beyblade commit, and that's when Dostrow found the escape. It's the back and forth exchange of information, and if you let one resource falter, that's going to cost you.
Okay, that Beyblade did get a hit in, so that was something. But Dostrow is reacting and gets caught in the low. And Coffee taking the first game right now, looking super solid against Dostrow.
Yeah, 2S, closing it out there. Just enough to commit, not going too fancy, not giving any opportunity there. So again, resources are so important in this matchup, especially too, right? The back and forth between these two is going to be insane, depending upon who's got Blood Rage, who's got bullets, yada yada, So we have to see how we interact in this way. Okay, 2S wasn't close enough, didn't have enough Blood Rage to get that reach we're looking for, the burst. Had to get a couple Fukios, and look at that, taking the opportunity while the curse ball was out, and unfortunate Dostrow coming out on top of the interaction here.
Okay, did not have enough focus meter to actually go ahead and shoot, having to use the install to get all of it back in a very quick fraction. And Dostrow solidifying this first round.
Yeah, zoning soul bad guy will come at you in full force. The 2S does connect. OTG, let's burst out. Resources taken away right now. Coffee getting a little bit of a victory here in this round. Nice pickup from Dostrow.
Yeah, looking really nice with those anti-airs. We're gonna see a little bit of that backdash, but still getting caught here. And then we have the red RC to continue the pressure. And corner carry all the way, tries to get the command grab, but not being able to. Coffee with burst here, but has to be in close range to get something out of it. Tries to avoid the curse, but still getting caught by it.
Shot, another one there. Able to put him out there. Concentration rebuild here. But oh, look at that. 2 bullets left. Concentration dwindling. So has to choose at this point. But cursed up, not enough health to close the gap. And you see Coffee really trying to piece this puzzle together. It's not going to come through in time. Sniped out from Dostrow, 1-1.
And here we see Dostrow really going in. Like, that's the crazy thing about Happy Chaos, and that's the one thing that I remember when I said about what I said about Happy Chaos when he first came out. You have to find in your combo routes a way to either gain your focus throughout the orb or reload your bullets, and you have to do it fast. It has to be like the most quickest of motions, and right now we're seeing that from Dostrow.
Absolutely. Okay, nice. Already getting sniped out. Already cursed up. And okay, we're making a cautious approach here, but I do like the aggression from the earlier rounds as well too. Coffee finding a way in, got the scoop, and already put on the back foot. Yo, landing, gets snatched up. Let's do another close slash just in case. I don't want you to backdash. I don't want you to have any opportunity to shut me down. Takes a round.
I see what you're saying about the aggression that Coffee was showing in the first round. I'm wondering if it's just a matter of like, okay, wait, Dostrow's adapting to it. Let me make sure I'm still taking my time and regrouping, analyzing my situation right now. Okay, gets the counter here off of the focus attempt. We go for the overdrive.
Okay, look at that damage. Nice. Stay on top of it too. Burst is available. Oh, spoke too soon. Already shattered up. And now we're at a neutral situation here. Big jump from Coffee. Positive bonus here. So look, we're sitting pretty right now in terms of resources. Just has to be patient. Got caught on the landing recovery. Goodness. Go!
Coffee has the health lead. Gets caught in the go burst. Gonna go use the install to try to gain all of that focus back up real fast.
I want to point out right there, Coffee, perfect awareness. Saw that there was no concentration on Dostrow. That was the opportunity and ripped a Beyblade out there. Now, unfortunately, at a full screen, at a sneeze away from death, taking out the clone. Big jump, it gets blocked.
Oh no!
Cross jump up deep with the whip throw. Getting the punish there. Coffee coming out 2-1 in this match against Dostrow here. What a turnaround. And again, it's so important. Paying attention to both bars of resources is so important in this matchup, and it paid off for Coffee. Dostrow having a slight misstep, right, and being aware of the balance of the concentration, had to use the overdrive to build it back up. Coffee took advantage of it, and Dostrow knew they were in trouble right in that very moment, and Coffee absolutely capitalized in the right way, but has to be careful because, you know, one little hesitation could have cost Coffee that round.
Yes, absolutely. Also, overextension. Coffee had a huge life lead, and when made that move, could have gone super wrong. But we're back into this. This could be potentially a game match for Coffee. Has to play smart here. Tried to go for the grab off of the recovery on the landing. He's going to get counter hit, and we have Dostrow in full force to go for the shattered wall. And use Duex Machina here to do so.
Wow, and got the kill too. Beautiful stuff here from Dostrow. Even though lost all concentration meter there, was able to pick it right back up, and Coffee unable to get a strike. Yeah, just because Happy Chaos has no concentration, as we saw in the last game, or last round, does not mean that Happy Chaos is out of options. He's got a gun, all right? Let's calm down. Maybe out of meter, but not out of options.
I was waiting for someone to say that on commentary for Happy Chaos, but really good grab there from Coffee. Tried to go for the command grab, but that is a go burst there from Dostrow.
Yeah, the gold burst, getting that tension meter and the ability to use the concentration overdrive. And again, we could just spend it all because we have more there. But look, 2 bullets left, so has to be so careful. Coffee, you're almost there, and I know how frustrating it is. Gosh darn it. Reloads are back up. The jump in. Unfortunately, not going to be fast. Wait a minute. There's a throw. Tried to catch a backdash. There's a close slash. Watch out. The rage comes through. Oh my god, Red RC. There's one more touch until 10. You can't even sneeze. Goes to swing for the fences. You may as well try it. I don't blame you. And Dostrow knew to wait.
That's one of those things that, like, that's like first thing you remember when fighting Nagoriyuki for the first time. If you miss your opportunity to punish, just wait. Just wait, because your next opportunity is gonna come, and that's what Dostrow did. And we're going to game 5 for our losers final.
Wow, what a turnaround though for Coffee, right? Because Coffee got smoked by Dostrow in the last game, and now Coffee just making it really difficult for Dostrow just to close it out. Nice Beyblade in, calling out the recharge and concentration. 2S. I don't care, like, if you got a gun in my face, I'm still Nagoriyuki, fastest sword in the West.
Dostrow going back onto the full screen, did not have enough focus meter to do so, but Coffee is making it in and actually going for the kill here.
Point once again.
You know, that's one thing too, is a lot of people get afraid of Happy Chaos's clone, but the whole reason why he's bringing out that clone in the first place is to at least gain some time to get the focus meter. And Coffee did the right choice there. Don't be afraid of the clone. There's no reason to. If he doesn't have his meter or his bullets, no reason to be afraid from it.
And another miss right there too. Wasn't able to, you know, capitalize on it, but again, Dostrow out of concentration. And here we go, another shatter, even things up. Positive bonus on the end of Coffee here. Jumping, gonna get 5P'd. You gotta be so careful, my goodness. Concentration, Fukio in, oh my god.
Oh, catches it. Having to force Dostrow to use the burst there.
Swiping up the clone, big jump in. Nope, we're not spending burst yet. Gonna save it for this next round here. Unless if Coffee can guarantee a kill, we're not spending this burst. Tried to rip in with the clone. Yeah, we're at Snipe City right now. It sucks because you have 100 tension, right? Double cursed. Clones are up. What do? Yo! Oh! Oh!
My gosh, the trade. Ugh.
My goodness, what a blink and you miss it moment. Had Dostrow not pressed a button, that could have been it. Coffee still in this here. Last game, last round.
Okay, trying not to be afraid of the clone, but Dostrow's gonna try to catch it off of that jump in. Back at full screen once again, and Coffee trying to avoid, does get the low slash in.
A whiff. Yeah, oh my goodness, you gotta get the whiff punish. Does get blood sucking universe though, able to spend all those resources here. Coffee really trying to close it out. Good tech. No.
Good.
I'm on the edge of my seat. My god, Saki!
I can't, like, I
finds it!
Oh, Rain's there! Oh!
Yeah, that burst. No concentration! This is your opportunity! Don't waste it! Coffee gets the slash! There it is! 3-2 against Dostrow, and it almost got away from Coffee, too. Had goodness.
Oh I need to breathe. I need to breathe, because that... Whew! Okay.
That was insane, because Coffee could have lost it right there. There was no concentration, and Coffee just let Dostrow build it right back up. Again, those slight moments where you're not paying attention to resources either on your end or your opponent's end could cost you. And fortunate for Coffee, at the very last moment was able to react and get a correct interaction to close out the set against Dostrow, because that, oh my goodness. Dostrow almost stole a victory right there. All right, well, 3-2. Coffee made the comeback, got the run back there. It was a strong back and forth, but now Coffee against E to the 4th power here. Potemkin Nagoriyuki in your grand finals for CIFGC.
My goodness.
Yeah,
my goodness.
my goodness. But before we get into grand finals, we do want to remind you there are more Downtown Beatdowns online in the future. February 20th will be Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, and then on the 27th, shatter all expectations with King of Fighters 15. It'll be your first opportunity here for CIFGC to play the latest in SNK's fighter. Gosh, it's almost like an all-star fighter, right? Because we're combining all the games, right? It's your crossover fighter. What's the greatest crossover in fighting game history? It's the crossover FGC meetups. Tell them about it, Saki.
Yeah, definitely. If you want more chance to compete, practice, you know what to do. Check out FGC meetups hosted by Low Kick and Ignite. The address is there on Friday, this Friday actually, February 18th. Some of the featured tournaments are going to be Guilty Gear, I almost said Final Fantasy 15, King of Fighters 15, and Street Fighter 5.
And you can keep it going. Square up at Mid Lane Esports Sundays. Yeah, that's right. We do have another live event for you here, right there on Milwaukee Avenue. Guilty Gear and King of Fighters 15 will be in the rotation. Tonight, you could be there for Gear and Street Fighter 5. Then you can come back on the 20th, the 27th, and March 6th for King of Fighters 15 and Soul Calibur 6. Melty Blood's in there too. Check that out.
And definitely square up also this week on Guilty Gear Strive. We have the Sakura Shine Tournament on February 17th, starting at 7. That is an online tournament. And then next week, February 24th, is King of Fighters 15. For both prize pools for these tournaments, they actually start at $25. But if we get to 15 participants, the prize pool goes up to $50.
Yeah, a lot of great opportunities to get in some King of Fighters 15 practice, so definitely pick up the game, check it out. King of Fighters is always a tremendous game to play through, and I do love the legacy that game has, the storyline the game has as well, and also the nuance that game offers as well. There's a lot of depth to that game that it just kind of goes unspoken for you, legacy Guilty Gear fans, out there that likes the unspoken mechanics that are in previous iterations of Guilty Gear. So, it's something else that you can kind of appreciate as well. The legacy in KOF 15 is huge, but also it's another great entry to really teach you how to play King of Fighters as well. From what I've been hearing, the training mode has been doing really well. So definitely check that out.
Yeah, the training mode's been something of a highlight this week for sure. And like I mentioned before, I actually got to test a little bit of King of Fighters 15 over at Frosty's thanks to their booth.
Right.
And it's really welcoming for new players. So I highly recommend anybody who's interested in learning something really different but also challenging, but not afraid of the challenge, or if you're still afraid of the challenge, again, that's a game that can welcome you to it and ease your nerves on it. But speaking of easing your nerves, we're going to see Quadruple E, because we love math here, versus coffee. This is crazy. Math homework versus coffee. And, coffee might win because of just the caffeine to study for that math test.
So if every win that coffee gets, do we just take another E off of Quadruple E and put it on the end of coffee? So by the end of this, we're at coffee.
I like that idea, actually.
So.
But here we go. That Mega Fist trying to get out of this corner here for the Sly Head. Catches backdash with Garuda. Gonna actually go for the ground slam to keep up some decent pressure, especially with Coffee on that burst.
Yep, already nice chase. Oh my god, the pressure from Mega Fist and the throw, sneaking it out there. Nice backdash from Quad E here. E to the fourth. Coming in with the hammer fall. And we'll close out that round. Good stuff here.
Really strong. And getting the slam to go for the knockdown. Catches Coffee once again with the Garuda. Having to force Coffee to use that burst. It was high time. Gonna get grabbed off of the landing.
Oh, good jump out here. The PRC gonna get smoked. Jump heavy slash from Coffee. Oh my god, pick up though. Wait a minute. E to the fourth, please. Hammer fist coming through. Hammer fall, another one. What? Just press big fist buttons on top of your opponent and smother them in pain.
All the pain. All the pain. E looking really strong right now, going up on the board 1-0 in our grand finals.
Yes, Quad E is definitely pretty dominant in this set right now. Good backdash start here from Coffee. A little bit of, maybe it's a little fear. Maybe doesn't want to get Kara pop bustered. I don't know. The options are endless. But Bloodsucking Universe here coming in.
Just going for the slams on the ground right there. Okay, nice catch there with the kick.
Yep, another knockdown. Hold the Garuda. And wow, just like that, from full screen to the opposite side of the corner, the burst is not going to connect. Risk gauge is cranked. Coffee has to return the favor here and does.
Oh no. My goodness.
Oh no.
Another Heavenly Pop Buster connection. He is 100% cracked as we get that Heavenly Pop Buster for that round.
At risk gauge, you had to try to buy some time and it wasn't coming through. Nice slide head. Oh! Still plus on the Garuda. That's unfortunate.
Okay, going for another Garuda here. Gonna catch attempt at the backdash here. I love that E is not going straight up for the grab. That's like coming later. Like, you gotta block. I'm forcing you to block here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, another counter here against Coffee, and E taking it up 2-0 right now. Playing super solid against Coffee. And Coffee's just trying to somehow bring up that damage that Nago's so famously known for and actually dishing it out, but just not getting the momentum.
My God, like, are we speed running this grand finals? Because Quad E has somewhere to be. Once Quad E is charged on Coffee. It's actually Quad E used to be Coffee, but we ran out of room on Smash GG, so now there's only E's left over.
Is it the math homework that's winning against the caffeine? Is that what it is?
It could be mathematically accurate to say so.
Very nice Aegis Reflector right there, catching Coffee's attempt to throw out a button.
Slide head gets scoop punished. Nice. Okay, but burst right away. E to the
Mega
fourth.
fist.
Mega fist.
Yeah. Coffee's just trying to inch a little bit closer, but it's so hard. Has to block this Aegis Reflector. Does block the charge dust attempt. And able to try to continue.
Oh no.
Okay. All right. Dropped it, but picked it up. That's important. That's what we need to do. You know, sometimes it happens. It's okay. It's all good. We're gonna keep this momentum flowing and get that counter hit off of the whiff Potemkin.
Oh. Yeah, big throw right there though. Garuda puts you right into the corner here. Holds this. Oh my God. Big shatter and has 50% tension. Gonna put up the reflector again. Make you think twice. Walk it down.
Okay, Coffee having to use burst there is the only way. Oh, but continues the combo with the red RC.
Yeah, this is a big opportunity here for E to the fourth, and also a big opportunity for Coffee. It's your last shot. Staying alive here, big jump in, able to push to the corner. A couple Fukios will do it. Goodness, the slide head pressure is just... It's rough, right? Because it holds you at bay. Even though you're at a life lead, Quad E knows that you're going to get a little antsy. You're going to get caught.
A really nice backdash attempt there from Coffee, forcing the burst, but unfortunately not even close enough to connect against the wall. At least trying to avoid, but unfortunately getting caught in that Mega Fist, still getting grabbed. Oh no! Blood Rage!
Yeah, do or die right now. Has to FD. Look out. There's 100 tension right there. This is the moment we're looking for here. Mask back on. Big approach. FD is gone. Yes. And gonna get smoked the first game going to Coffee here. Wow, 2-1.
Ooh, this is getting already a little stressful, but at least Coffee stays alive. This is, of course, just the start of it. Has to win this next game if they want to try to go for that game 5 and maybe potential bracket reset. So it's not over by a long shot. Coffee still has quite a bit to do.
Exactly. Oh, wow. Garuda on Garuda here. Caught you. Wow. Where do you think you're jumping at? Big fist there. Force the burst. Aegis Reflector out there. We know what's it. Oh my God.
They're actually able to get the full combo for this too. That's just so crazy to me. Very nice. Into the flick. I flick you, friend.
The forehead flick of doom.
Right.
And again, no pressure here. Tournament point for E to the 4th.
Yeah, this is one thing too that, like, again, as you mentioned, this could be last shots for Coffee. Has to make everything count here. Gets the B blade connected, but not going to be able to continue. Does go like hit through the armor there though. E trying to get out of this corner, gets the Mega Fist counter hit.
Oh no, slide head does come through. Big Hammerfall counter hit, and here we go, Red RC, time to guess once again. Mega Fist coming through, body splash, connects. Oh no! Into the hands of death. E to the 4th, gonna get scooped by a pot buster for trying to Fukyo in. Coffee going down 3-1 in this grand finals.
Jeez, that was an insane finals. Yo, all of these matches were so good, Zero. Like, all of these matches, my goodness.
Yeah, and the character variety was tremendous. Of course, we did have a couple Nagoriyukis, a couple Potemkins, but still, got a Happy Chaos and Biking out of it. So, New Blood is still getting into these brackets out here, and folks are playing their hearts out here. It was great to watch all these matches and really learn how these characters kind of worked and interacted with each other as well, too. Great mirror matches as well. Beautiful stuff, and great to see everybody perform so well.
Yeah, everybody did such a good job in their runs. It's also really amazing to see just everybody level up in what they need to do. And again, awesome stuff from everybody. GG's to everybody. Y'all should be very proud. And before we wrap up, make sure to check out that Matcherino real quick. All of these players did a phenomenal job, and they probably have some Valentines that they're trying to like gift and spend and whatnot. So sometimes that prize pool just helps with that. So be sure to check out that Matcherino page. It's gonna be !Matcherino.
Yeah, absolutely. And even if they're not spending time with a very specific Valentine, don't forget to treat yourself, because you are a special Valentine that deserves it as well for your own self. So pick up your own favorite little, bag of candy, chocolates, say, hey, I love myself, and that is okay. So don't forget to do that. Sometimes folks forget to just, check in on themselves and treat themselves, because you deserve it regardless. And of course, however you spend the rest of your day, do spend it safely and responsibly as well. We know there's a few big games going on tonight, of course. So definitely enjoy them if you are going out to enjoy it, or you're staying home and enjoying, or however you're enjoying your day. Valentine's is on the way. Let's not get too wild and crazy,
Absolutely. And with that, definitely check out all of the cool stuff that's happening as well with not just offline, but online as well. And yeah. Speaking of online, there you go. You have another week, actually 2 more weeks from CIFGC with Power Rangers happening next Sunday, February 20th, and Kina Fighters 15. So yeah, on the 27th. Great way to start up that season of gaming with Kina Fighters 15.
Yeah, a whole new year and a whole new series of fighters to learn from. So why not try it out online and offline at FGC meetups? That'll be happening on the 18th. You don't have to go see Uncharted that day. You could just go to Ignite Skokie and play some King of Fighters 15 and Street Fighter 5. That'll be happening at 8 p.m. Central.
And speaking of more offlines, we can definitely square up. I just love that. Just the whole square up. Notation. Over at Mid Lane Esports, those are happening Sundays, February 20th, 27th, and of course March 6th. You have Guilty Gear Strive, you have Kina Fighters 15, Blaze Blue, Melty Blood, and Soul Calibur 6. Doors open at 5 p.m. Make sure to be there.
Yeah, absolutely. Be there or be square, but you won't have to be square at the Sakura Shrine tournaments. Do check them out as well. You have the $25 pot bonus. What is the entry cap again? Let them know. Saki Sakura, the bonus for the additional.
So if you get to 15 participants in either of these tournaments or in both of them, prize pool will be raised at $50 base.
There you go. That's happening February 17th and February 24th. 17th for Guilty Gear. The 24th for you kings and queens of fighters.
Hey.
All right,
and with that, I think that's wrapping us up, right, Zero?
Absolutely. You know, I gotta pay attention to the fiance here for a bit now. She might be a little bit upset I'm playing some video games today, but you know, she understands. I hope. We'll see. But that's what I'm gonna be doing. Thank you so much for commentating with me tonight, Saki. I really appreciate it.
As always, it's a pleasure. My name is Saki Sakura. Check me out at Saki Sakura TV. And yeah, we'll be seeing you. Zero, go ahead, close it out for yourself too.
Absolutely. You can follow me on Twitter at Zero Syndicate, as you can see right there, or twitch.tv/Zero Syndicate as well, where we can have a good old time talking about all the video games that are happening. And you can see me around commentating various fighting games. Thank you for tuning in.
See you later, guys.
Yes, later days.